Introducing our Waste Diversion Project. Today, we are proudly backed by the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. If not made fairly obvious yet, our waste output far exceeds what is necessary for us. The least of what we could do is to ensure that it is sorted correctly, and products designed to be reused serves that intended purpose. Recycling goes in the yellow, organics in green, and landfill in red. Well, simple, right? It's a little more complex than that. Many are simply too lazy to organise their waste into these categories. However, the Commonwealth Bank of Australia is fully committed to having its employees pick up sorting habits and effectively manage their waste to slowly repair and save our planet. Good evening, audience. My name is Carmen. Here with me today is Joshua and Griffin. We, as a group, have been tasked with brainstorming a solution to effectively educate the employed staff to not only appreciate the environment, but develop awareness on how their waste output negatively impacts the planet. The target which CBA aspires to achieve is to have successfully diverted 80% of their office's garbage and save it from entering landfill permanently when it can enter instead recycling facilities. The statistic previously sat at 42%. However, initiatives to raise this percentage have brought it up to 62%. The CBA had hired cleaners to manually sort through the contaminated waste. CBA intends not only just to raise this number, but to encourage meaningful behavioural changes for its staff.
Now that we've identified CBA's issue is that their garbage is contaminated, which annually costs them $320,000 annually, not including their transportation cost of garbage. Before I move into our solutions, I'd like to define a term. CBA has created an Oscar Smart AI. This Smart AI identifies materials in garbage and allocates it to the correct bin. There's a TV in front of bin stations, and you just wave your cup in front of it, and it'll tell you which bin it should go in. Our solutions revolve around this idea and other pre-existing CBA initiatives to make transition to the 80% by 2030 goal easier. Our first solution, the return and earn idea, includes a system that builds upon CBA's their existing point reward system. With this initiative, staff must scan their ID near a rubbish bin and hold their garbage in front of Oscar. The points are cumulative and go towards reward for the employees, but they can also be removed at any given time if they use the wrong bin. It will also serve as a reward for those to do the right thing. So let's say I put my cardboard in the yellow bin and I get points, and I don't know, maybe I can buy a new coffee machine or something like that. Now moving on to our second solution. The Oscar Smart AI would control the bins, and they would have a hydraulic seal over them. For a seal to unlock, an employee must wave their item in front of Oscar, and the seal would unlock. This would heavily encourage people to put their rubbish in the correct bin and would eliminate contaminated waste. Our third and final solution is a crucial reason to why Commonwealth Bank staff actively choose to save a few seconds chucking their trash into the closest bin rather than figuring out which is the correct one. It's because they are disconnected from the reality of the problem and how it affects the environment. A hands-on workshop would be a perfect solution to this. Throughout the building's garbage disposal rooms, we would have staff manually sort through the contaminated waste and show them how some careless actions affect the climate and bring it to the 2030 80% goal. So, taking into account, once we've received feedback, our flaws for each idea, we've decided to combine all three for our final pitch. In the beginning, we would have a hands-on workshop where staff would go through garbage facilities sorting through rubbish, and they would see how their contaminated waste causes CBA hundreds of thousands of dollars. Next, we would install hydraulic seals over Oscar. These would control what goes into which bin and would ensure that only the correct garbage would go into the right bin. And also, these employees who abide by the rules and use the Oscar Smart AI would be rewarded during the point system. And that is our pitch for the solution.
And now we are thrilled and honoured to present to you sustainability to the power of 3. Third time's the charm. With a seamless combination of all 3 solutions, our final proposition to tackle this critical issue combines the principles of ethical consideration while maintaining the strict bin systems. The seals and security measures incorporated into this program will remain a constant reminder of why staff are partaking in this transformative cause.
After a meticulous examination of our solution and the associated budget considerations linked to Oscar AI costs, we strongly advocate for the initiation of our solution on a singular floor in a designated building. Sustainability to the power of 3 will be compared with other floors that do not have this in practice. The results of this trial will give us valuable data that will help us make well-informed decisions on whether to extend the initiative to additional floors. To support the promotion of our project, we're seeking funding to produce an educational video crafted by Gen Z. This video will aim to inform CommBank staff about the issue and encourage them to adopt sustainable waste management practices. Your support in funding this initiative will not only raise awareness, but also contribute to the overall success of our sustainable approach. Let's work together towards a more environmentally conscious and responsible future. In this program, our group has had the amazing opportunity to work with CommBank, collaborating with Ashley, Lambert, and Sarah to brainstorm solutions aimed at boosting employee enthusiasm and efforts to dispose of their rubbish correctly. Our primary goal is to divert waste contaminants with recycling potential away from ending up in landfills. Throughout this workshop, we have learned many techniques to become more persuasive and memorable when presenting, such as a solid opening statement, the rule of 3, and the simplistic slides, as well as the 5 why technique, which helps to find the problem, the source of the problem, and not just the symptoms. We have also learned valuable group skills like communication, collaboration, and listening. This Enterprise in the Community program has been an exciting and great learning experience for our team, and we would like to give a huge thanks to CommBank, FinClear, and 7 Mile.